there is an insurance company on this planet that actually sold a Lexus LFA for $3,000, which all it did was get wet. All right, before we get to today's video, I've got the new Super Speeders t-shirts. So if you want to get your hands on one of these, check the link in the description, superspeedersmerch.com. I'm going to make 1,000 on this first run, and of those 1,000 buyers, I'm going to select one of you randomly to come on our trip to Canada, which is Adventure Drives Canada, coming up next month. It's going to be in July. If you can't make it, don't worry about it, because I will auction off the winner's spot if they can't participate, and you'll get the money and somebody else will get the spot. So either way, you're going to win. It should be a great time. Try them out. There's going to be 2 different links, one for international, one for domestic. So if you are having something shipped overseas, make sure to click the right link. Good luck to you. Hope to see one of you out there. I know I will. Okay, so I previously told you about the guy who got arrested for fraud, right? Dan Lesson. Well, one of the cars that he owned was also the Lexus LFA. You've seen it in some of my videos. I raced the Supra in it. But there's quite a story surrounding that car. It's actually pretty wild, because one of the things that he told me was actually true. He told me that when that car got totaled out by the insurance company from the flood in September of last year, that the insurance company couldn't figure out the value on it, so they sold him back the car for $3,000. And I'm like, there's no way I would fire everybody in my insurance company. There's no way they're writing a check for, this is not true, he said $2.7 million, and then allowing you to buy that salvage back for $3,000. Turns out that was true. So let me tell you about the history of the LFA. So Dan bought it, told me he spent $1.5 million on it. Turns out he bought it for like $550,000 or $600,000. I don't know the exact number. Turns out that during the flood that impacted me here, Dan's car also got water. And then he made a claim through his insurance company, I believe it was AIG, and AIG paid him out $800,000 for that car. So right there, he's a winner, because he bought it for $550,000, $600,000, insured it for $800,000, instantly made a couple $100,000 and got to drive an LFA around. And on top of that, he was supposed to come down to the racetrack. I'm bringing this up because I'm salty about it. He was coming down to Barber Motorsports Park with us in Alabama, had me trailer on the back of my truck the LFA down to Florida. Then his private jet's door was broken, so he couldn't come down, and we couldn't take it on the track. He wanted us to leave it on the truck. So we ended up trailering this LFA from New York to Alabama and back for no reason, and I just had to get that out there. That was a D-bag move. However, that's not here nor there. That's not part of the story. The focus here is the insurance claim. So he made the insurance claim, got paid $800,000 for something he paid hundreds of thousands less for. Then the insurance company put a buyback value on that car for $3,000. So the insurance company, there is an insurance company on this planet that actually sold a Lexus LFA for $3,000, which all it did was get wet. So whether the engine didn't work or not, doesn't matter. The salvage on that car should have been, if they actually put it to bid like anyone else, would have been $350,000, $400,000. So they undercharged him by hundreds of thousands of dollars. Then he turned around and sold that car for $400,000. It was like $400,000 or $450,000 over to Houston at Royalty Exotics in Vegas. So he turned around and made almost $800,000 off of having a car that he paid $500,000 for. That's astounding to me. And then when AIG found out that he sold the car for $400,000, that he paid $3,000 for it, they tried to argue with it. He ended up having to hire a lawyer. The attorney was able to settle with AIG for that and get the money for it. So, or get some money for it, maybe not the whole amount, whatever it was. That's a wild story. I don't know what the status of that car is now. I believe it's rolling around in Vegas. I haven't kept up with it. But the fact that that car wasn't a $1.5 million car like he claimed, it came from Puerto Rico. He actually, and this shows you just a little bit of the fraudulent nature of him, he, for no reason, I didn't ask, he made up the fact that the insurance company paid him out $2.7 million, sent me a fake email showing like, here's AIG saying, here's your $2.7 million. And I mean, it's great that he would get $800,000 for it. But the fact that he claimed that he was making so much more, that the insurance company would pay out 2.7 and then sell him the scrap for 3 was mind-boggling to me. The fact that this even went down the way it did, that he bought something for $550, insured it for $8, it got flooded, and then they gave him a check for $800,000 and let him buy the scrap back for 3 is, I'd fire everybody. And anybody that looked at the claim or even knew anything about this, I would fire, because that's such a blunder. I mean, the insurance company's out hundreds of thousands of dollars on top of it to a fraudster, but they're out hundreds of thousands of dollars because of somebody's clerical error. And the clerical error was that, in the story that I was told by Dan, so who knows if it was true, was that they couldn't find an LFA in their system to get a comparable. So what they ended up doing was just taking a 2007 Lexus with whatever and doing a mileage adjustment. And the 2007 Lexus is worth $5,000 or whatever they were using. It's absolutely astonishing. That was one of the things I didn't believe, because I'm like, impossible. And it wasn't to the scale that he told me, but it was still true, which is mind-boggling. So there was and he made almost $400,000. I mean, essentially he got it for free. He made $400,000 on top of $200,000. That's how you can continue the fraud. That's where the money comes from that funds all the other stuff. But simply wild. That Lexus is now touting around in Vegas somewhere. But if you see it, now you know that the orange LFA was once sold to somebody. There was a legitimate transaction from insurance company to human being for I don't know the condition of it, but a drivable and fully intact Lexus LFA for $3,000. Like, too bad it couldn't have been me or you. Rob Ferretti, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.